days for what she's doing on screen. She's starring in a new movie called A Mighty Heart. Ann Curry sat down with Jolie recently to talk about what it's like to play a real-life person dealing with unspeakable tragedy.
It's based on the real-life murder of the Wall Street Journal reporter Mariane Pearl, who was killed in the early months after 9/11 by Al-Qaeda, based on a book by his wife, Mariane. And she begins this book with these words: "I write this for you, Danny, because you had the courage of this most solitary act, to die with your hands in chains, but your heart undefeated." So this is about courage.
It is about so many things, and I think many different people will see this and feel, and hopefully feel compelled to, will be moved in different ways and be drawn to different aspects of the story.
So you're saying it's more complicated. This movie reveals something that we need to understand, that this is not Muslims against Christians. It's not about that. The complications are that there are similarities no matter what faith, what country you're from.
And there's something beautiful in a film that you would think is about this difference of faith is actually very much focused on the people from Buddhism to Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, all in the same house, becoming great friends and becoming each other's greatest support.
So don't judge me by what I look like, don't judge me by what I'm from, don't judge me by
or acknowledge that we are very different, and at the end of the day, we can see the beauty in that and we can work together. And that was happening while they were looking for Danny. And there's something very something I think we should all, it's not this big specific message of, it's not preachy, it's just something to be aware of.
The thing about this is that you knew her before you knew you were going to play her. You knew her,
yeah.
Right?
She reached out to you. It all kind of came at the same time. But yeah, we almost had a play date like 3 years before, and we kind of kept sending word back and forth, but we both hate a phone, and we both take a really long time to respond to the other, and we never got in the same place at the same time.
I've been there, right. But there was something about the two of you that sort of felt like you intersected.
Yeah.
And so you sort of got to know each other a little bit, and then the movie came up.
I don't think you understand how serious this is, huh? We need that name to find Danny. Danny is missing.
I guess I never really thought it was all going to come together, I thought I'd met this woman and we were going to become great friends, and now even closer friends because we have something that we're all talking about, and Brian's bought this book and it's interesting, we're all discussing, but really didn't think it was going to because at that moment it was who could possibly direct this without making it a melodrama. It could have just been so many different things where somebody took one angle and tried to milk it, to make it emotional in that way, as opposed to just saying this is a extraordinary story, there are great friendships, there are really interesting relationships. It is very emotional.
Angelina Jolie in A Mighty Heart opens in theaters tomorrow.